Good morning. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? I hope you're doing better than me because I'm sleepy. I'm always saying, some days I'm like, hi, good morning. Welcome to whatever. Hey, Baba, good morning. How are you? You up early like me. Knowing you probably already at work. My sister, good morning. How are you? Since I haven't seen you, I think we're due a brunch or something. I don't think I've seen you since the pandemic. We got to get up, do something together. Because we're always talking online, but I haven't seen you in person in I don't know how long. All right, y'all. So, y'all know I had this challenge that I did to myself. I'm going to say that. I did to myself. Yes, we should. And so, but sometimes you sacrifice yourself for the benefit of others, and that's what we're doing. So let me tell you about this morning, right? Okay. So y'all know I'm doing this 50 terms in 50 days, 50 real estate terms in 50 days. Today is day 3. Day 1, we did approved short sale. Day 2, we did buyer's markets in alphabetical order. Day 3, today we're doing comparative market analysis. And let me tell you what happened yesterday. My whole face broke out. My whole face broke out. So once a year, this has been happening since I turned 40, right? I didn't grow up with allergies, but since I turned 40, which was 5 years ago now, I have allergies. I don't know what that's about. Like, I don't know. Like, my mom started getting allergies at 40. Maybe it's a hereditary thing. I have no idea. But my whole face broke out. And like, my eyes were swollen. My skin was like doing its own thing. My lips were doing it. It wasn't bad. You couldn't tell like from a distance, but I could feel it. Like, and it was all dark under here. It was a little bit swollen. It just wasn't cool. Oh, hey, I'm on live, so be careful. It's my son. So it was all under here. All under here was bad, puffy, all under here. And even if you look, I don't know if you could see it like right here, but it's like chafed and like, I can't even describe it. You can't see it that good. I don't think you can see. You probably see my lashes more than anything. But it was like, just icky. And who wants to go on live looking like that? Not I said the fly, not me, but I said, you know what? I committed myself to doing these 50 terms in 50 days. I'm going to do it regardless of what I look like. I'm going to work it out because it's not about me. It's about the gift that was bestowed upon me by our good Lord. And I have work to do. I have a job to do. And that's what it's about. So boom, we here. All right. So day 3, comparative market analysis. Now, we call them in our industry, we call them a CMA. I love the CMA. Let me tell you why. Because you get a lot for a little bit. That's why. Now, like, when I was in business school, and if you've taken business classes in college or whatever, you probably learned that there is no such thing as a free lunch. Free lunch is like getting something for nothing. With a CMA, it is. You know why? Because a CMA is basically like a baby appraisal, or like it's like a free appraisal almost. It's when you can get the value and estimated value of your home from an agent, from someone who's in the real estate industry without having to pay $400 or $500, maybe even more for an appraisal, right? So we use the CMA again for a called it comparative market analysis. We use the CMA, but we use it for a lot of things. We use it when somebody says, hey, can you tell me about how much my home is worth? You can run a CMA. If you are getting ready to put a property on the market and you're trying to have an idea of what you should sell it for, run a CMA, pull a CMA. If you want to kind of determine how much equity you have in your house, like maybe you knew when you bought it was $400,000 and it's been 3 years and you're just kind of curious of how much equity you've made, request a CMA. Now, most of the time, you can get a comparative market analysis for free. Most of the time you can get it for free because an agent or anyone licensed or anyone, hey, AD 10303, welcome back. Anyone who has a real estate license or access to the multiple listing service can run. We're doing day 3, which is comparative market analysis. That's what we're doing. So right now we're just talking about what it is. Anyone licensed or anyone who has access to the multiple listing service can run a free CMA for you. It should be part of their service package. It should be part of their value package to you. You shouldn't be charged for a CMA. Now, I'll tell you the truth. I have charged for them before, but that's in a totally different capacity where someone, outside of a client or customer in a different business needed a property valuation and they pay us for those. But technically, that should be an added service that you get from your agent. So how do we run them? We're going to talk about how you run them, what's in them, how long they take to receive, and everything like that. If you or someone you know wants to know what your home is worth, an estimated value of what it's worth, because we're going to talk about the difference between a CMA and an appraisal, a CMA may be for you, okay? Something bit me on my ankle, and I keep scratching it. Sorry. I think something bit me. Okay, so this is what we do. If someone wants a CMA, the first thing I ask them is, what zip code or subdivision or area of town do you live in? Because what I have to do is pull a radius of properties that are around that property, right? We usually only go 3 to 3.5 blocks out from where that property is located. So if you live in, let's say if you live in Columbia Heights, I'll get your address of where you live, and I'll do like a pull out, what do I want to say? Like a radial search. Only going 3 to 3.5 blocks out, because once you start going like half a mile out, then the values may change a little bit. So you want a tight radius, right? You want a really, really tight radius. You look at the houses that are surrounding the house of the person who wants to know what their value is. You look at how many bedrooms, baths, you want those to compare. You want to pull something of the same size, built around the same time, in similar conditions. So you're pulling all of the comparable properties around the property that we're trying to do the valuation on. That's why it's called a comparative market analysis. So we're pulling all the comparable properties to try to decide what this property is worth. So we put all that information in. It's going to give us like tons of information. Then we narrow it down. So we want to see the properties that are currently on the market. Do I use RPR? I'm not using it right now, but I have used RPR. Then you pull all the properties that are currently on the market. You want to see the properties that are coming on the market. You want to see the properties that are under contract. You want to see the properties that have successfully sold. All that's going to come up in the CMA. So where the CMA differs from the appraisal is that, one, you pay at least $400 or $500 for the appraisal. If you're looking at a commercial property, maybe even more. And you can get the CMA usually for free. So the appraisal is going to tell you exactly what your house is worth. The comparative market analysis is going to give you an estimate of what your home is worth. That's the difference, right? So we do a radial search. We pull all the different activity types: coming soon, active, under contract, sold. We usually want to look at stuff that sold in the past 90 days just to get a good idea of what, your property is worth right now. Now, then this is what we do. Once you get all that information, you put it in order. So you could put it in order by different things. Thank you for the hearts. Keep the hearts coming, y'all. Keep the hearts coming, y'all, because that lets people know I'm live. I appreciate it. You put them in order by different things, depending on what you want to know. You could put it in order by square footage. If you want to say these smaller properties sold for this, properties that are right where my property is sold for this, properties that are larger sold for this. With all that information, couldn't you kind of estimate what your house is worth? Yeah, it's pretty easy to do that. Or you could put it in order by how long it's been on the market. You could put it in order by how far it is from your house. So you can look at like a radial search, and you can put it by location. So you can look at the houses that are right in your block versus the homes that are on the next block back, or versus the homes that are 3 blocks away. And you can determine value that way. So it's a really, really cool platform to see how much your house is worth. Douglas, Tamika, good morning. Just to keep you updated, we are on day 3 of my 50 terms in 50 days. My job and gift and goal is to help people with home ownership. And I notice around this time of year, a lot of people want to gear up. They got goals. They got goals, and area codes. Y'all remember that song? And so I tend to focus on education around this time of year. So I'm doing the 50 top real estate terms in 50 days. This is a challenge to myself, for me to be disciplined. And it's also a challenge to other people to educate themselves so that you can tap into wealth through real estate. That's my gift. That's my goal, is to help as many people as I can tap into wealth through real estate, right? Okay. So we're talking about the CMA. Day 1, I did approved short sale. Day 2, I did buyer's market. Day 3, we're doing them in alphabetical order, all 50. Day 3 is the comparative market analysis. Vernon Vaughn, good morning. So we're discussing the comparative market analysis, which is a free version, a small version, a less detailed version of your appraisal. Now, I will tell you now, if you're in the middle of a contract, if you're doing anything serious with your house, if you're refinancing, if you're getting a workout, like if you're doing anything serious on your house, you may have to get the appraisal. You may just have to drop that $500, drop that $550 or whatever they're going to charge you, and get a full appraisal. That is necessary in some situations. However, if you just want to estimate on what your house is worth, if you just want to ballpark on what your house is worth, you can request from your local realtor, hopefully that's me, a comparative market analysis. It's a part of your customer service package. You should be getting one anyway. Whether you're buying or selling, at some point, the comparative market analysis should be part of your purchase or sale experience. And that's because if you're buying a property, before you put a contract on that property, your agent should be pulling a comparative market analysis so that you can see what all the homes around you are selling for to make sure you're writing a proper offer. Because if you don't know the value of houses in your area, how do you know if you're writing an effective offer? There is a list price that they're requesting. It's the asking price. Remember that. It's the asking price. You can go above or below that price when you write your offer. Now, keep in mind, we're in a seller's market, so most people are going above that price, right? But in order to kind of educate yourself, you want to look at a CMA to make sure that you know the values in the area so that you can write an effective offer. So that's if you're buying. If you're selling, of course you want a CMA because you want to see what everybody else is selling for. Like, what are all these other people selling for? You're trying to find out what they're getting and what this person who around the corner got what price and blah, blah, blah. How long did it take them to sell? Did they have to drop the price? Were they able to sell for top dollar? All those things you want to know when you're in the process of listing your home to make sure that you're pricing it effectively, because a lot of this is strategy. A lot of this about selling your house is strategy. So like I said, whether you're a buyer or whether you're a seller, you're going to at some point encounter the comparative market analysis. So that's about it. I told myself and I told everybody else on day one, we're going to keep these quick, 10 to 15 minutes, just to be sure. Let me wave at a couple people. Thank y'all for coming in the room. I see y'all coming in. I see y'all. We're going to keep, my stand almost fell. Y'all bear with me. Hold on. Because y'all not supposed to see this hot chocolate I'm drinking. So we're going to keep these short and sweet. Well, I'm going to do the definition, answer some questions, and then I'm going to go about my day because I know you got to go about yours. So that's it. Day 3 was a comparative market analysis. It is a free version of an appraisal. The comparative market analysis gives you an estimate of what a property is worth. The appraisal gives you a exact amount of what the property is worth. But if you just need a ballpark, if you're considering selling and you just want an idea of what's going on in the market, if you've had your house for a while and you want to see what your home is worth, or if you just want a general idea of what any neighborhood is doing, you can request a comparative market analysis from your agent and they should oblige. So that's it. Any questions on comparative market analysis? Hey, look who is here. What's up, Ms. Wilson? We're talking about the comparative market analysis. So today is day 3 of my 50 terms in 50 days. And today we're talking about the CMA, the comparative market analysis. And I was just talking about how you should, at some point in your purchase or sale process, review a comparative market analysis like we did on your transaction to see what is happening in the area, what's going on in the area, what the trends are in the area, what the prices are in the area, what's selling where, for how long, and for how much. So that's it, y'all. I'll be back with day 4 tomorrow. I'm challenging myself and I'm challenging all of you to educate yourselves better on the home purchase process. Hey, long time no see, sir. How are you? Today is day 3 of my 50 terms in 50 days. We're covering 50 terms in 50 days, 50 real estate terms, 50 top real estate terms in 50 days. I am here to educate and inspire. So that's what I'm doing. Anyway, we're pretty much done. Like I said these are not going to be more than 10, 15 minutes. I'm giving the definition of the day. I'm explaining it, extrapolating on it, and I'm getting off. So y'all let me know if you have any questions. Y'all can always email me, malikasellshomes@gmail.com. You can call the Jackson team at 202-810-3730. You can always DM me, text me, email me, call me, reach out to me. I'm here to help. All right, y'all have a great day, and I'll be back with the 4th term tomorrow morning, probably around the same time, 7, 8 o'clock. I'll be back. Okay? Y'all have a great day and be inspired. Bye.